What if I told you that everything you see around you isn't real? Your 3D reality is just a reflection of your dominant thoughts, your dominant feelings, and your dominant assumption. If you really want to manifest your desires, you must stop treating the 3D world as real and instead live in your imagination as much as possible. So, hi guys, this is Daily Wish here. Thank you so much for coming back on my channel, and I hope you guys are doing awesome. Alright, so today I'm gonna talk about to manifest your desire in the fastest way possible. Do you really have to live in your imagination 24/7? Well, I would like to start this video from one of the quotations by Neville Goddard from the book of Feeling is the Secret. It says, the world which we describe from observation must be as we describe it relative to ourselves. Our imagination connects us with the state desired, but we must use imagination masterfully, not as an onlooker thinking of the end, but as a partaker thinking from the end. Now, what does this quotation means? This means that your perception of reality is entirely based on your internal state. If you see the 3D world as lacking, if you see the 3D world as difficult or stuck, it's because you are assuming the same thing within yourself. But if you assume that your desires are already fulfilled, then your world must shift to match this assumption. Why? Because your assumption creates your reality. Whatever assumption you hold it as true, it is what is going to get experienced by you in the 3D reality. Everything in your 3D reality is your own creation. It is simply a mirror reflecting your dominant thoughts, your dominant feelings, and your dominant assumptions. Right? In the next line, he says, our imagination connects us with the state desired. Now, what does this particular line means? It means that your imagination is the bridge that connects where you are now to where you want to be. All right, the moment you imagine yourself that you already got your desire, you decide that this particular desire is already mine, you are energetically aligned with the desired reality. This is why living your imagination 24/7 is so powerful. I'm not saying that you have to do it because this is a said kind of a rule, but see, understand something. When you know that 3D is just a mere reflection of your internal reality, then why are we so much focused towards 3D? What is it that we are gaining from the 3D? Because ultimately we know that 3D is just reflecting my past thoughts. Why am I so invested in the 3D? Why do I get so affected by the 3D? I should be living in my imagination. I should be treating my imagination as my real reality. Am I right or wrong? Right? The more you remain in the assumed state of wish fulfillment, the faster it is going to manifest in the 3D, because now in your internal reality, your desired state, which is already a state of wish fulfillment, is a dominant thought for you right now, is a dominant feeling for you right now. And as we have learned so far, that only dominant thoughts gets created in your 3D reality. So if I'm making consciously, if I'm making my desired reality as my dominant thought, if I'm trying to live in my imagination 24/7, what exactly I'm doing? I'm just not giving any space to my negative thoughts. I'm trying to relive the moment of wish fulfillment over and over again, which ultimately makes it as my dominant thought, dominant feeling, and my dominant assumption. And this is what is going to get created in my 3D reality. Right? So you should prioritize your imagination over the 3D. Always remember that if I can see it in my 4D reality, I will have it in my 3D reality. It is as simple as that. That's the formula of manifestation. So if you want to spend hours of your day to visualize your desire, there's no harm in that. But if you can't do that, at least be in the state of knowing that yes, my imagination creates my reality. Number one. Number two is, if I can have it, if I can see that wish fulfillment in my 4D reality, of course the formula says my imagination creates my reality. Ultimately I'm going to have it in my 3D as well. So I do not have to worry about the how, I do not have to worry about the when. I only have to live in the state of knowing that yes, it is me who's the creator of my reality, and in my imagination, I have already got my desire. I claim this desire to be mine. It is already mine. It is done. right? And in the next line he says, but we must use imagination masterfully, not as an onlooker thinking of the end, but as a partaker thinking from the end. What does this mean? Here Neville Goddard sir is telling us that it is not enough to just think of your desire as if it is, something separate from you. Don't think of it as something separate from you. You must think from the end. It means you must fully immerse yourself in the experience of already having your desire. You are already living the state of wish fulfillment. Okay, you should live in your imagination as much as possible. If you want to do the daydreaming also, that is totally fine, because ultimately you are redirecting your thoughts and reliving the moment of wish fulfillment over and over again. And if you start treating your imagination as your true reality, the magic starts happening in the 3D as well. If you just think about your desire, but still you are, seeing yourself as separate from it, nothing is going to change, because now you are feeling that yes, my desire is not yet mine. You are still living the lack state, right? But if you step into the feeling of wish fulfillment, that you already have it, it is already done. You are not thinking about the how and the when, you are just feeling the state of wish fulfillment. Your subconscious mind, since you are repeating it over and over again, your subconscious mind accepts this dominant thought as a real reality, because the subconscious mind does not differentiate between what's real and what's not real. If you are using your 5 senses, every experience that you imagine in your 4D reality becomes a reality for your subconscious mind, right? And 3D will always follow your imagination. All right? Your 3D world, which is your outer world, is just a mirror of your internal world. So if you want to change your life, you don't fight the mirror. You just change what it reflects, right? And that change happens first within your imagination. That is the first step that you should be considering while manifesting your desire. Okay, so you can live in your imagination as much as possible. 3D reality, please stop reacting to 3D reality. 3D reality is an old news. It is completely fake. It is completely dead in nature. It has no meaning unless and until you put your awareness into it. It has got no relevance in your life. It is just a reflection of your past thoughts and assumptions, right? So instead of treating 3D as your real world, please start treating your imagination as real world. Okay, spend as much time as possible in your imagination. As I've told you, that even if you want to do daydreaming, it's totally fine. The more time you stay in your imagination, the faster your 3D will start shifting for you. Okay, and just think about it. If you mentally live in your ideal reality every day, every second, every moment of your life, if you are living the state of wish fulfillment, if you are already knowing that yes, my desire is already mine, you are making your assumptions, you are making your feelings and your imagination as your dominant thought. How can your subconscious mind do anything else other than create that same reality for you in the 3D? Just think about it. We are going just by the books, we are just following the rules. And rule says that every dominant thought is going to get created in the 3D. So what is it that you should be doing? You should be making your desired state, your desired reality as your dominant thought, right? And for that, if you want to visualize for hours daily, you can do that. If you want to just do the daydreaming, that's also completely fine. If you have time, please be committed to your daily routine. That's what my personal suggestion is going to be. So the first 15 minutes of the morning time after waking up, and the last 15 minutes of your time just before you are about to sleep, please invest it in visualizing the end goal. Okay, the more you are visualizing your end goal, the more you are using your 5 senses and feeling it as real as possible, the faster the 3D is going to change. And why does it work? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between your imagination and reality, as I've told you. So if you are making it as a habit of seeing and feeling and experiencing your desire in your imagination, you are already living in the state of wish fulfillment. Your 3D world has no other choice but to conform to it, right? And the next important point here comes is, please be consistent. If you are manifesting a desire, you need to be consistent about it, because persistence is the key. So do this every day without fail. Is the more you will be practicing on daily basis, the faster your assumption is going to become so natural for you, as if you'll start feeling as if this is already a reality. Right? You must use imagination masterfully. This is what Neville Goddard has said. Right? Not as an outsider thinking of your desire, but someone who is already living from the end, someone who has already got the desire. So how are you going to feel when you have got your desire? Right? That should be your state of mind. And while you are doing that, please don't give any importance to 3D. 3D is completely irrelevant for you. Don't react to it. If things don't look like they are changing or they are not changing, completely ignore the 3D as much as possible. What is the reason behind that? Why am I telling you this? Because 3D is just an old manifestation. 3D has no relevance in your current life. Whatever your current state of mind right now is supposed to get manifested in the future, in the upcoming future. It is not happening to you right now in the 3D, because 3D manifestation is a physical realm. It takes time. Whatever manifestation you have accepted in your mind's eye, it is supposed to come in the 3D in some time. If you are focusing on the 3D, you are keeping it alive in yourself. Okay, and which is what we don't want. We want only that dominant thought which is actually serving a purpose in the future. So instead, persist in your imagination. Know that 4D world, which is your inner world, is the only reality, and soon your 3D must catch up. That's the rule. That's the formula of manifestation. Right? It's exactly like you are ordering something online. You don't keep checking every second to see if it has arrived to your house or not. You just trust that yes, it is going to come, and you are not thinking about how and the when and the entire process of delivery. You don't think about that. Who is going to deliver it? You don't think about that. You just live in the worry-free state. Am I right or wrong? Right? And the same applies to your manifestation also. Right? So please focus on what is more relevant to you. 3D is not relevant to you because 3D is changeable in nature. And if you still feel that 3D is way too much, right in your face, it is giving you way too much trouble, then please remind yourself that it is you who's the creator of this 3D reality. You are not the victim of this 3D reality. You are not at the mercy of these circumstances which you are facing in the 3D right now, because it is you who's the operant power. And how will you have this faith that it is you who's the creator of your own reality? By testing the law. If you keep on manifesting the small things, you will see that your faith is getting developed more and more. And now your logical mind is not interfering as much as it was interfering when you had no faith. Am I right or wrong? Just you need to remind yourself that everything is happening within you, and everything is happening from you, and it is happening for you. So please accept your power and keep on persisting in your imaginal state. When you are persisting in your imagination, when you are reliving the desired reality over and over again, the 3D reality is bound to transform for you. That's how the manifestation process works. Right? So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, do not forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, kindly like and subscribe, as I come up with lots and lots of interesting stuff in simplified language based on Neville Goddard's teaching. So yes, hit the notification bell icon for more such manifestation secrets. And if you want personalized guidance on mastering the process of manifestation, I do offer one-to-one coaching program to help you shift your mindset. Please DM me on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is my daily wish. To book a session, you can please DM me, and I'm there to help you out with the whole process of manifestation along with the details of my one-to-one coaching program. And comment me down below if you have any questions related to this topic. Also, I would love to know how often do you visualize about your desire, right? So now I'll be meeting you very soon in the next video. Until then, please do take care of yourself and happy manifesting.